Baada ya hapo tunaambiwa tufanye results analysis. Kwa results analysis yetu hii hapa kwamba tumeambiwa tutengeneze graph ya 1 over v against 1 over r. 1 over v against 1 over r. Kwa hiyo lazima utafute 1 over v, reciprocal of r and the reciprocal of v. For table of results can be shown like this one. Sasa unakwenda, je, hizo 1 over v against 1 over r, hiyo graph itaonekanaje? Kwa hiyo kutoka kwenye mchoro wetu unaweza ukatengeneza equation. Kwamba tunafahamu kwamba circuit formula E is equal to I into bracket R plus R. Tuna resistance ya wire W, tuna resistance box, lakini tuna internal resistance of a cell. Kwa hiyo tuna resistance RW, tuna internal resistance of a cell, lakini pia tuna resistance R. Huyo unaweza kumuita equation 1. Lakini pia potential difference across this one, across the resistance is equal to the potential difference across the voltmeter. Kwa sababu gani? Voltmeter na resistance box are in parallel. So then V is equal to IR. This is equation 2. When we take the equation 1 dividing by equation 2, 1 divided by equation 2, here we shall have E dividing by V is equal to I into bracket RW plus R dividing by IR. R and R will cancel out. So then E over V is equal to RW plus R plus R capital dividing by R capital. What are we looking for? Divided by R. This at right hand side here we have E dividing by V is equal to RW plus R dividing by R capital plus 1. Kwamba huyu hapa na huyu hapa nimemcombine pamoja, alafu huyu hapa nimemwacha peke yake. Then what am I looking? I'm looking for equation regarding with 1 over V and 1 over R. So then if I can divide by E both sides of the equation, so here I can have 1 over V is equal to RW plus R dividing by RE plus 1 over E. So this could be the equation for drawing a graph. So then a slope of this graph here, a slope of the equation in this case is equal to RW plus R dividing by E. This could be the slope, whereby intercept will be equal to 1 over E. So then the graph, according to this data, the graph was obtained at this one. A graph of 1 over V against 1 over R, a graph is this one. Kama tunavyoiona kwenye equation yetu ina intercept, kwa maana hiyo na graph yetu ina intercept. Sifa zingine za kuchora grafu ni kama zetu zilizoelekezana kule mwanzoni, kwamba zingatia title, zingatia scale, zingatia labeling axis, lakini pia zingatia ku label slope ku indicate slope by dotted line. After then, lengo letu ni nini? Lengo ni kutafuta resistivity of wire W, resistivity of wire W. So then tunaambiwa from the graph, the intercept from the graph, to me I have 0.9. So intercept is equal to 0.9. This is per volt. But intercept ina imply nini katika equation yangu? The intercept is equal to 1 over E, which is equal to 0.9. So E in this case is equal to 1.11 volts. Kumbuka kwamba tumetumia seli moja, lakini kule mwisho anasema kwamba for 2 combined cells. Swali letu hapa alikuwa anasema kwamba baada ya kuchora graph, from your graph they find the resistivity of YW after you have related equation of 1 over V against 1 over R. Kwa ile kazi ya kutengeneza equation tumeitengeneza. And the other constants you must define. For the circuit used, take the total resistance of 2 combined cells to be 2 ohms. Pale umepewa 1 ohm katika circuit, lakini tumeambiwa assume kwamba there are 2 combined cells. So if there are 2 combined cells, manake pia na hii EMF yangu nimeipata EMF for 1 cell. So for 2 cells it should be 2.22 volts. So I'm looking for the resistivity. Wakati wote tunaangalia resistivity of a wire. Okay. So from the graph, slope is equal to, utachukua upper reading here for the y vertical axis and the lower reading. The upper reading here I have 1.55 minus lower reading here it is 1, dividing by upper reading for the horizontal axis is equal to 0.9 minus the lower reading, this is 0.05. According to my scale, it is 0.1 on a horizontal scale. So then my slope is equal to 1.824. This is due to per volt, lakini chini tuna per ohms. So then per volts ohms is equal to the slope of a graph. So the slope of a graph tunaicompare with the slope of the equation. Ambao slope of the equation tumepewa hii hapa. So then a slope of the equation 1.824 could be compared with the slope of the equation, which is equal to RW plus R dividing by E. E tunayo, R tunayo. Remember for 2 combined cells ambao ni 2 ohms. So then this implies that RW plus R is equal to 1.824 multiplying by E. So then RW is equal to 1.824 multiplying by E minus R. So then RW is equal to 1.824 multiplying by 2.22 ambayo ndio EMF of two cells minus 2 ohms ambayo tumepewa internal resistance of 2 cells. So RW is equal to 2.05 ohms. This is the resistance of wire W tuliopewa. Tunaambiwa tutafute resistivity. Resistivity ambayo inakuwa represented by a symbol rho, a Greek symbol rho, is equal to resistance times area dividing by length. Length tumepewa ni 50 cm. Waya wetu tuliambiwa tupime sentimita 50 hapa. Kwa hiyo resistance tunayo ambayo ni 2.05 times area ambayo ni pi d squared over 4 area of a cycle. We are talking about the cross-sectional area of a wire. A cross-sectional area of a wire. Dividing by length, which is equal to 50 times 10 power negative 2 in terms of meters. Tumepewa 50 centimeter, so in terms of meters is equal to this one. But diameter of a wire, according to me, by using this micrometer screw gauge, I had 0.360 millimeter. So if that's the case, resistivity of a wire is equal to 2.05 times pi, which is equal to 3.14 times d, 0.360 times 10 power negative 3 in terms of meters. This is squared, dividing by 4 multiplying by 50 times 10 power negative 2. So the resistivity of a wire W, according to me, is equal to 4.17 times 10 power negative 7. This is ohms meter. Hapa inaniashiria nini? Kwamba inaashiria kwamba waya wangu unaelekea kabisa ni constant ni wire. Sasa tunaambiwa kwamba constant ni wire is 4.9 times 10 power negative 7 up to wanasema ingine mpaka 9.5 times 10 power negative 7. So this is the constant wire. Maybe it is the resistivity of a wire kama tunavyoiona. Na ndivyo swali letu lilipokuwa linataka tutafute resistivity of a wire. Sasa kwa nini hatujapata exactly 4.5, 4.9? Inawezekana kutokana na error mbalimbali. Kwa mfano, mimi hapa niambiwa tunani kwamba swali linasema for one cell kama circuit inavyoonyesha, lakini mwisho wa siku tunaambiwa tuseme kwamba cell ni 2, kwa maana kila ulichokipata ukizidisha mara 2. Kwa wakati wa calculation inawezekana pia kukawa na error, lakini unawezekana kwa pia heating effect wakati unafanya calculation yako ikatokea. Parallax error pia inaweza ikawa source. Parallax error inawezekana kwenye kusoma na wakati unaposoma slope, unaposoma diameter of a wire, lakini tumepima length of a wire, inawezekana kwa hiyo so many sources of errors can be resulted for this experiment. Okay, thank you for watching. Karibu.